All right, let's jump right into it. If you're a CIO, CTO, Chief Data Officer, or leading data strategy in the banking and financial services space, this explainer is built specifically for you. Today, we're taking a hammer to a pretty massive myth in the enterprise tech world. Let's just establish our core thesis right out of the gate. Enterprise AI success absolutely requires trusted data, not just powerful models. You see organizations out there pouring millions, literally millions, into sophisticated algorithms, only to watch their AI initiatives just completely stall out. The secret to actually unlocking business value with AI, it doesn't lie in tweaking a neural network. It's actually buried deep in the bedrock of your organization's data architecture.
Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to look at the core AI challenge, the current enterprise data crisis, how AI actually magnifies business risks, our blueprint for success, the path to true transformation, and finally, how to build your AI future.
Starting off with Section 1, the core AI challenge. Let's uncover the real root cause of failure here.
So these heavily funded corporate AI initiatives keep falling short of executive expectations, right? And we really need to understand exactly why that's happening across the industry. I want you to just let this statement sink in for a second. AI does not fail because of models, it fails because of data. The root cause of your project stalling out is rarely the algorithm itself, it's the quality of the data that's feeding it. So many organizations are investing massive capital into the tip of the spear, the AI model, while completely ignoring the shaft, the underlying data foundation. Think about the stark contrast in enterprise AI investments today. On one side, you've got the AI model. We're talking sophisticated algorithms, massive compute power, cutting-edge code. But on the other side, you have the data input, which is the actual driver of your business decisions. Look, you can have the most advanced, mathematically perfect model in the world, but if your data inputs are garbage, that model is inevitably going to generate garbage predictions. It's that simple. Trusted data equals reliable AI outcomes. It's a basic equation, but man, it is exactly where most enterprises drop the ball.
And honestly, regardless of hardware sophistication, it doesn't matter how incredible your server infrastructure is. Trusted data is the only path to reliable AI outcomes. If the data flowing through those systems is fragmented, incomplete, or biased, well, then those powerful servers are really just processing errors at lightning speed.
Moving on to Section 2, the enterprise data crisis, which is a very harsh industry reality right now. When we look at the operational blind spots that are just plaguing financial infrastructure today, there is one number that completely stands out: 81%. 81% of banking data users identify data quality as a major operational challenge. This isn't just some minor IT inconvenience, okay? This is a full-blown systemic crisis. And what's really wild is that this is the highest reported percentage among all financial services sectors. Think about the sheer volume of data moving through a modern bank every single day. If over 4/5 of the people using that data don't actually trust its quality, how on earth can you trust an AI system that's built on top of it?
So we have to ask, what's driving that 81%? It really boils down to three systemic issues. First up, fragmented legacy systems. Legacy infrastructure seriously limits real-time access, and that creates massive blind spots across the entire enterprise. Second is regulatory and compliance risk. Poor data governance dramatically increases your exposure to regulatory failures. We are talking about strict RBI, SEB, and Basel III mandates here. And third, AI amplification. And this is crucial. AI systems do not fix your data problems. They just amplify your existing quality issues at a totally unprecedented scale.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 3. AI magnifies business risks. What happens when flawed data actually scales? We really need to expose the hidden, compounding risks that pop up when these flawed data foundations meet highly scalable AI. I want to pose this directly to every single data leader watching right now. What happens when flawed data feeds scalable AI? From a business perspective, the answer is honestly terrifying. Because AI is a learning engine, right? It learns from the inputs you give it. So when you deploy it, you aren't just scaling a business process. You are scaling the failures that are baked right into your training data with every single automated deployment. And that translates directly into catastrophic business impacts. First, wrong decisions. Flawed inputs drive totally incorrect strategic and operational choices at the highest levels of the company. Second, AI hallucinations. Your models start generating completely unreliable outputs simply because the training data was inconsistent. Third, compliance failures. You're basically inviting massive regulatory penalties and audit risks by having poor data governance. And finally, the revenue impact. You're looking at skyrocketing operational costs and missed revenue opportunities across pretty much every business function.
Let's define a couple of these critical executive concerns a bit more sharply. Model drift and AI hallucinations. Basically, models degrade over time as data distributions shift if they aren't continuously monitored. Skewed training data produces discriminatory or inaccurate AI outputs, which we know as data bias. Incomplete, incorrect, or inconsistent data can completely corrupt model learning. And without solid data stewardship and governance in place, your AI systems are basically operating in the dark without any accountability or audit trails.
When you start seeing systemic errors and compliance alerts flashing red across your executive dashboards, that is a direct result of lacking proper data governance. When AI operates without an audit trail, you completely lose the ability to explain why a specific decision was made. And in the banking and NBFC sectors, that's not just an IT headache. That is a direct, one-way ticket to regulatory intervention.
All right, let's pivot to the solution. Section 4, the blueprint for AI success. Let's look at the foundational framework.
To actually solve this, we have to take a structural, highly methodical approach to engineering a trusted data platform. Think of this as the structured CIO blueprint. It's 4 foundational pillars to transform your enterprise data into a genuinely trusted asset. Step 1 is lineage. You absolutely must trace data flow and provenance, so you know exactly where your data is coming from. Step 2 is definitions. Standardizing business data terms across the entire enterprise to kill any ambiguity. Step 3 is quality. Implementing continuous monitoring to catch errors long before they ever feed your models. And step 4 is trusted management, making sure you're curating and securing these data sets with rigorous access controls.
Now here's what you really should take away from this: the synergistic nature of this framework. It creates a massive compounding effect. These steps, they aren't just isolated IT tasks. Every single pillar builds on the last one to reinforce data quality, which in turn reinforces AI reliability, which ultimately drives enterprise business growth. You are literally building an unbreakable chain of trust.
Section 5, the path to AI transformation. Let's talk about the architectural investments required.
We need to outline the precise architectural investments you have to make to ensure your enterprise intelligence is trustworthy, scalable, and completely aligned with your business goals. The most successful AI organizations out there are building environments right now based exactly on these core pillars. They are heavily investing in trusted data platforms to centralize a single source of truth. They're deploying modern data architecture to finally eliminate those stubborn data silos. They're implementing real-time analytics so they get immediate insights. They are absolutely locking down governance and security to protect the asset. And finally, they're building a scalable AI infrastructure that can seamlessly grow alongside their business demands. This is the structural reality of true AI readiness today.
I want to leave you with this core thought leadership takeaway, and I say this with absolute conviction. The future of AI belongs to organizations that build trust in their data. Getting there requires a pretty profound mindset shift for modern CIOs and CDOs. You are no longer just managing storage, you are the guardian of enterprise truth. Because if your business doesn't trust the data, your customers certainly aren't going to trust your AI.
Finally, Section 6, build your AI future by partnering with Segmetriq Analytics.
Navigating this kind of architectural shift requires some incredibly deep expertise. Segmetriq Analytics LLP is essentially the premier consulting partner equipped to architect this exact transformation for you. They bring unparalleled expertise across data analytics, AI, risk analytics, and customer intelligence. And they do all of this powered by a really flexible, transparent time and material model that ensures you get exactly the expertise you need right when you need it while maintaining absolute control over the entire engagement.
Look, it is time to stop risking your AI initiatives on fragile data foundations. You can reach out to them directly. Shoot an email to gorath@segnalytics.com, check out their website at segnalytics.in, or just give them a call at +91 99203 22489. Let me leave you with this final provocative thought. If your AI model is making 1,000,000 decisions a second based on unverified data, are you accelerating your success, or are you really just automating your mistakes? Reach out to Segmetriq Analytics and start building your AI future on a foundation you can actually trust.